I now dedicate this constitution to the people of South Africa.
The South African Constitution includes socio-economic rights aimed at addressing centuries of discrimination. But 10 years on, millions still live without housing, healthcare, electricity or water, yet South Africa is a wealthy country. The Foundation for Human Rights was established in 1996 with the support of the European Union. It gives over €4 million a year to more than 600 community and non-profit organisations. The aim: give the poor majority access to justice and a voice.
The Foundation supports high-powered litigation in the Constitutional Court, but also an advice office in a remote part of the country.
With massive unemployment and inequality increasing, our new democracy is under threat.
People are not going to be patient with that slow pace of service delivery.
One target of the Foundation's funding are the millions of farm workers for whom power relations have changed little. Pete Adams' case is typical. After working on the same farm for 40 years, he was evicted from his house and left with nothing. Now he has to climb over the gate to show us the house.
Die baas het my geluk gegaan. Water van my diere afgetrek. My mense kan nie hier kom nie. Ek jaag hulle weg. Die manier is ek hier uit. Net 'n blyplek vir my vrou en my kinders. Ons gaan al die jare vorentoe. Maar nou het hy my afgesny. Nou hier binnekant is ek seer.
Leonard and Lynette run one of 56 human rights offices supported by the Foundation across South Africa. They start by teaching farm workers about their rights.
Does the farmer got the rights to evict you?
They also intervene directly to support people like Pete. They've pressured Pete's boss to come and negotiate about the house, explaining to him that the eviction was illegal.
Op die ouderdom van 60 jaar het hy alreeds permanente verblyfreg op die plaas gehad, verstaan u?
Under pressure, the farmer gives in.
Maar blyplek vir Pieter verskaf. Ek sal in staat se vereistes doen.
Although Pete's new house will be smaller than the one he lost, it's an important victory and one of many achieved by the Foundation's advice workers.
The Advice Office program has succeeded in bringing access to justice to where people need it most.
Across the country, millions more farm workers remain landless and destitute.
There's a great demand for the expansion of the program, and yet at the same time there's a compelling demand that the state should do more to make legal services available.
The Foundation's projects are working closely with the government to help speed up land reform.
The expectation was that 30% of deliverable land would have been delivered to the people. 10 years down the line, only 2.7%.
The unresolved land issue remains a formidable obstacle to consolidating democracy.
Under pressure, the government recently announced a new initiative to get more land into the hands of black farmers. Johannesburg in 2005. From across the continent, thousands of people come to escape hunger and persecution. In a Johannesburg detention centre, 5,000 men and women from Zimbabwe and neighbouring countries await deportation. Each day, hundreds more arrive. In their determination to protect South Africa from illegal immigrants, the police have imprisoned 100 children and teenagers, contrary to the Constitution. The Foundation supports lawyers who monitor the detainees to ensure that children and legitimate refugees are not deported. For the rest, a train arrives twice a week to carry them home. 2,000 deportees a week. Many face war and starvation in their home countries. Refugees are just one vulnerable group targeted for support by the Foundation. Another target group are children. Informal settlements like this one have mushroomed around South Africa's cities. There are no jobs and few services here, and many children have lost their parents to AIDS. Ma Williams runs the Tula Mtwana Advice Office for Human Rights, supported by the Foundation. She helped establish a shelter for abandoned children. These two little boys, Jabulani and Mpho, are HIV positive. Ma Williams takes them to the doctor in Soweto.
My sense is that he needs antiretroviral treatment because also of his diarrhea, the fact that he's so small. I would say he needs to start now.
But Jabu and Mpho must wait. When they were diagnosed, the government had no AIDS treatment program. Eventually, a mass movement led by the Treatment Action Campaign, or TAC, forced the government to make medication available. The foundation funded the Constitutional Court case on the rights of HIV-positive children. As a result, Jabu Mpo and millions of others have a chance to live.
I think the TAC case was a significant victory for the Constitution and for the people, because it proved decisively that you could use rights and you could use the courts to advance the cause of social justice, and we were particularly proud to be associated with that victory.
In addition to the Treatment Action Campaign, the Foundation has supported many other social movements working on issues such as access to health, land and water, and against the abuse of women and children.
We need to have a very, very robust civil society in terms of the churches, the trade unions, other organizations that are forever going to be vigilant.
The only thing that binds us together is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. The Foundation is there to support communities, individuals, structures, to make the promise of that Constitution a reality.
When EU Commission President Barroso visited the Foundation's projects earlier this year, he also emphasized the importance of turning the Constitution into reality.
We are working with the government and with the civil society, with all those at grassroots level that try to make rights real every day. And there are enough resources in the world to fight absolute poverty and starvation, HIV/AIDS. What we need more is more political commitment, true will of the leaders on one side, true and able organization on the other, and that's why the work of foundations like human rights foundations are very, very important. And we are considering in the next future to have a bigger program and a more comprehensive program touching more activities. That's what we have to do, and we are proud to help you.